I broke it. Hi, everyone. The wrong window had focus. Borkin. And because it's not a video file, I can't even jump to that scene and go fast forward through it or anything. Because it's actually rendered in real time every day. We'll never know. You know what, Popples? I do. I saw that happen in real time. My heart was broken in real time. All right. Who wants to see a new feature that I did this week? Or should I keep some things a surprise? That is the question. Like, should I throw all the 1.6 features in? Browser source as a transition. That would be interesting. All right, maybe we'll show off a new feature then. It is not a song, no. All right. So, let's move here. Let's just kind of move this up here a little bit. All right, so first thing that I want to show off is that now what you can do is after dying, what you are allowed to do is use the left and right buttons. Hey, Hudson. And of course, this seems inconsequential. Until we add the new item, the revive wings, which is gonna make some really dumb stuff possible. It's a totem of, yeah, sure. Now, a quick note on that. You can make so much hard stuff with that. You know what? You probably can. It is very abusable. Now, a few notes on it. One thing is you cannot use... Oh yeah, the fake death trolls. You cannot use the instant retry as a way of activating them. So if you pause and hit retry, that does not activate it. It has to be an actual death. Does it work with screen lock? I don't know. Like if it's off screen? Oh. Yeah, like off screen should still work. Yeah, you can have a try to die level. Where it's like the goal is like getting something to kill you in a specific place so that you can get to the goal. You can put them on motors. Technically, you can put them on Ferris motors. And that can get you into walls. Thread of the needle. So anyway, that's a new feature. And then, of course, we have, from last time, we have playable hovercat. She floats. Incredible. Unbelievable. That was the main thing. Oh, and we added a new type of cannon, which is just a timer-based one that you actually can point the direction of. And you have technically about 2 seconds to pick a direction. Whee. Ooh, notice the bob. Ooh. Expertly bobbed. Well, actually, if you throw in some camera zooms, then you can really bob it up. Whoa. Now it's slightly more noticeable. Yes, you can force fast cannoning with all sorts of contraptions. Whatever you want. It's up to you. Spiders are probably a great idea for a easy way to do it. You have an awful idea. Wonderful. All right, guys. Hear me out on my idea. Oh, I just realized you can actually erase Hovercat. Oh well. Donkey Kong style switch between Dobbs. So I thought about that, and the reason I don't have it is because there's not really a trade-off. Hovercat is basically a straight upgrade. It's like in the Donkey Kong Country series, it's like, okay, yeah, DK, you know, can land on the big enemies, and Diddy Kong's faster significantly, and Dixie can hover, and Kiddy Kong exists for some reason. So it was like you would trade between the two. You might have your personal favorite, but they would be needed in different situations. Horrifying toe feet. Not getting first clear on their own level. I don't even know if that's possible, because you have to get the clear to upload it. Yeah, DK64 is its own thing. That's not country. All right, so ideas for tonight. I got two different things that I definitely want to start with. One of them is maybe a little bit too much for a quick feature. So hear me out. So we got items A and B. Item A is kind of my answer to Kaizo blocks. All right, let me get out paint. MS Paint, is that the name of it? There it is. I knew the run command. All right, so visualize, if you will. Actually, let's do this. Copy, just straight up copy the image. All right, perfect. This is what we need. All right. So imagine, if you will, playing. Hovercat should not be able to spin jump. I would be on board with that if you could spin jump at will. Like, if you had the ability to just press a button and spin jump, I'd be like, oh, that's a perfect trade-off. But because there's like an item that requires it, it's like, All right, guys, Kaizo blocks. You all want Kaizo blocks, right? Well, here's what I'm thinking instead. All right. What you have is a block that is basically a fully invisible block. Now, wait, hang on. It's not going to be exactly Kaizo blocks. So hear me out on what item A would be. Okay, a fully invisible block that you can place down just like a regular tile. All right. But the trick is, it's not only solid from the bottom. It's solid on all four sides, just like a regular block would be. So you could, let's say this is our fully invisible block. We're just gonna highlight it for ease of use. So you can just bounce along. You can jump on it, you can walk on it, you can brush up against it, you can bonk it from the bottom, which I know you all would love. If the block is touched on any side, top, bottom, left, or right, then what this does is creates a shimmer effect on the block. and nearby blocks of the same type. So what you can do with this then is you can make little invisible block sections, like secret paths, that aren't fully blind, because if you bump into them, it reveals a lot of blocks nearby. Yeah, it still allows you to do the classic Kaizo haha moment of you do the jump, you bonk into it, you will see it shimmer because you just hit your head on it, and then you fall into the pit. That's great. But this allows you to reveal more of the blocks, letting you walk across little bridges of shimmery blocks or whatever else, whatever you want to do with that. Plus, one extra use case. In the game files, there is a light bulb sprite that got dummied out because I took a good hard look at the idea of a dark level and didn't like that. And yes, you could do something like that with this, but please don't. Imagine a light bulb that, as long as it's receiving power from a circuit, which there's lots of different ways to do that, it causes all shimmer blocks to shimmer. All right, that is item A. Item B is a new type of spin ring that's not for spinning. So, instead of a spin ring, actually, I'll just copy this one. Instead of a spin ring, the shimmer block only level. Let's just use a deep blue for now. All right, so instead of a spin ring, we have a different type of door. Basically a warp, a portal. Classic portal. Yeah, portal block. So this acts like a door in that it finds the closest one horizontally and teleports you to it. There is a camera transition, similar, a little bit quicker than like a scroll lock transition. Maybe like half a second, maybe less. But here's the flip side. Throw items into them. Yeah, maybe. Probably. I don't know. Sure, I don't know. Depends on what you guys prefer on that. We'll try it both ways if we want. Here's the cool thing on these is when you fall through the portal, you emerge conserving your momentum flipped. So go down very fast, pop up very fast. Go up very fast, pop down very fast. Sideways. Yeah, that could be done. Have two varieties of them. So basically, they're always directional. So every portal has like an arrow side of it. And so there would be 4 different directions a portal could face. But you could go in either side of it. So it's either you're going in the arrow side or the non-arrow side, and then you pop out appropriately. Well, lots of ways I want to make sideways but can't. Right, but... So in this instance, it would be fall down fast and then pop out with high forward momentum. Very good for puzzles. Very good for Kaizo. Probably easier than the shimmer block. Not technically. The thing that's tricky on the shimmer block is figuring out how to do the shimmer effect with tiles. and make multiple things possible to create the shimmer effect. Just use yo-yo soup? Yeah, totally. So I'm going to throw up a poll here. And this is just for the first new item of the night. All right, poll is starting. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Will both eventually get added? Not necessarily. Like Minecraft mob vote. Back in the vault forever. I'm not making any promises for the other item. It's what we're working on now, and we'll see what we get to later. Again, I am announcing the poll is going on now. You are hereby forfeiting any right to complain about missing the poll. That is all. Thank you. So far, we got 3 and 0 for Shimmer Block. If you do not want the Shimmer Block, vote now. Unfollowing. RIP. Well, what do you want to vote for? And I'll vote for Sniffers for Dabble Worlds. You want Portal. All right, I'll remember that that's 1 vote for Portal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It doesn't just show up. Oh, interesting. Al, did you get it to work by refreshing? Okay, so you did vote. All right, good. You still got about 30 seconds. You were able to. All right, cool. I should make the revote. Revotes available for bonus votes available for 300 bits. Someone vote for Portals quickly. Oh, I think we're going to be starting on Shimmer, it looks like. And Shimmer it is. All right. With this again. That's not to say that Portals won't be added. Don't worry. So first thing we're going to need is to figure out how in the world we're going to make this happen. Art-wise, we need... Ironically enough, we need some art for this invisible block. Let's see. Because I think an invisible block on its own is very easy to add to the game. Let's put it in a new file, I think. So we're gonna call it Shimmer. How many frames do we need? Like, I don't know, like 10 maybe? All right, there it is. There's our tile set here. All right, let's change our background color a little bit darker so we can actually see the shimmer as we draw it. Shimmer is just gonna be white. No, because a white background would really ruin that. So we need something more than just white, because if you are on a white background, you will not be able to see it. So let's go for white and like a little bit of a desaturated cyan, maybe. Kind of an icy. Is that too icy? Do I want to go with like purple? Make it kind of like a magic color. Let's see. It's just going to be a... Let's see. The animation is just going to be like a line goes across like droop, 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 and also highlights the border. So let's draw what the full block looks like. I hate that it aligns to the grid. I get that that's kind of the point, but Like there, boom, there's the block. This is what it looks like. Well, let's also give it corners. Maybe we take out... No, let's leave it sharp. Sharp edges. Trigger the blocks with power. What kind of power? I mean... Oh, you mean like electricity. That's what I'm talking about with the light bulb. Is like if you provide a light bulb object with power, it reveals maybe all shimmer blocks. All right, so let's copy paste this. I just realized I made a mistake here. There we go, because I need it on a separate layer. Boom. All right. So we got one background layer, and then the art layer is the white part. All right. So we're going to have one layer to represent, or we're going to have one frame of it to represent what does it look like in the editor. But I think we might pull that off of the animation itself. We're going to have one frame that's just going to be empty. Whoops. How did I get back to the background layer? All right, empty. We have a button below a block that has a wire on it, and then a row of shimmer in the right. So you're wanting to reveal only specific shimmer blocks, but not all of them, but they're just going to follow the wire. So it's like, eh. You could do this with a mask. I don't know if that would be worth doing. Yeah, maybe with a radius. What I really want to do with it is like have it emanate outward to get like a really cool like boom, 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 like pulsing effect from the light bulb where it actually emanates out like a radar ping. But I haven't figured out how technically that's going to happen. Okay, so we're going to need to, let's see, 10 blocks. Get my eraser on. Put it in pencil mode. All right, so we gotta do a little bit of math here. Let's go across the diagonal. We got 1, 2, we got 12 across and then 11 more down for a grand total of 23 blocks. So let's make this travel at a speed of 3 pixels per frame. So do we start with just this much? I think so. And then we'll also draw a line at the point of shimmering to really highlight what's going on with it. Top 20 rated. Nice. It's a very good level. So let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, and then we stop our reveal here. And then another 3 would bring us to here. I don't know how big the reveal segment is going to be. That's going to be very much dependent on... Okay, this is going to go as far as here. Is one of your levels in the top 20? I do not know. You might actually have to boot up Dabble Worlds and look. Let's see, these are 4 across, so this one goes to here. 2, 3, and then just blocking this. Nope. Blocking this much, and then this one go all the way across and then gone, but not completely gone. Stop asking you questions. I know, and one of the things I want to do is allow like pagination of results, but that requires some back-end code, which is not the worst, but not the best. So let's do like this much. Let's kind of mirror it. All right, so now we're working our way backwards on the shimmer. Okay. Is this too much of a shimmer, maybe? Yeah, that's a huge amount of shimmer. Maybe 10 tiles is too much. Ugh, yeah, that's an awful lot. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's not too much. Maybe that's all right. Wrong hotkey. Maybe that's all right. What do we think? Is that about right? And then maybe also add like a little something like, well, not there. Oh, wait, actually it would be there, wouldn't it? That kind of leads it by 1. So like here to here. Here to here. Here to here. Here to here. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We want to actually see it in action. Okay, let's save what we do have for now. I'm still thinking we might need to add a little outline to it, like a little shading, because right now it might be basically invisible on a light enough sky. PNG, shimmer.png. All right, so let's try that out. So we need to bring in shimmer.png. It has 10 columns, 1 row. Now we need a new tile type. Because it's not a sprite. Oh, this is like one behemoth file right here. Yeah. So I kind of regret how I ended up doing tile type registration. I wanted it to be that I have an object called tile type, which like contains things like is swimmable, is waterfall, is climbable, you know, the different flags for what this tile does. Does it hurt coming from the left or the right or the top or the bottom? What kind of solidity does it have? But then in addition to that, like I wanted to write a helper function for, you know, so I could construct that more easily and then also be able to reference it by tile name. And it just kind of got into this big bit of junk. And so now it's this mess here. All right, so I need an animated tile type. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? No. Well, pumpkins. pumpkins have a shimmer on them before you pick them up. So this might be a good one right here. Oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, let's copy that. Let's copy that code right there. All right, we're gonna call it shimmer. So this function is grab it from the shimmer tiles sheet, grab all the frames. So this is saying, yeah, you know what? Actually, this is fine right here. Solidity is block. Ooh, exempt from slime. No. That's an interesting one. You could have a slime jumping around, turning the like coating it in slime. All right, so now we got that. Next up is we need to register it. And all this does, this makes sure that the tiles are always brought in the same order every time, which makes sure that when you are loading a level and it says, hey, give me tile number 37, it's always, you know, playing ladder or something. Hey, Mantis. Open world tower defense rhythm base game. I like that. Yeah, let's just kind of stick that on the end. All right, editor tile type. So this is gonna be a gizmo. We'll put it after sprite killer. And we're gonna call it shimmer block. We're gonna give it different art later. Like for the tile itself needs to have its own special display. Well, it's my mess. That's about the only reason I understand what it means. Like that's it. We broke something. All right, hang on, let me think. What did I screw up? What did I break? No. I brought in the new art. All right, tell me what it was. Undefined at line. Oh, okay. I can turn the AC off. 2199, which is this one right here. Oh, I know why. It is because I said 10. That goes out of bounds. There's only... It goes 0 to 9, not 1 to 10. Duh. Hopefully. Is that it? Is that it? Did we fix it? Yeah, okay, that was it. All right, let's take a look at a shimmer block. So it should be animated, though not very well. And let's put it on a darker background to start with. All right, here we go. Ooh. Okay, you know what? You know what? That's not bad. So imagine that's what happens when you bump against it. Bump. Kaizode. 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 It's not bad, honestly. Have you added to play as Hovercat? Well, funny you should ask. I sure did. Complete with hovering. Guys out. You know, yeah, honestly, I think the animation looks clean enough. I thought it was going to be like too loud, but in motion, it kind of moves fast enough that it doesn't look bad at all. So for that now, let's add an effect that makes that, because right now the problem is that if you have a light colored background, that shimmer is invisible, completely invisible. So what we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do here? Yeah, I'm thinking that kind of darker, desaturated cyan. Creating light backgrounds, perfect. I mean, I would love it if people varied their backgrounds a bit more. Like, let's say a new player opens it up for the first time. You know what I should do is I should have randomized backgrounds just when you load the game. Because I feel like a lot of new players, when they first open the game, they're not going to bother changing the backgrounds. They're going to have a level that looks exactly like whatever the startup level of the day is. You know, of the version, I guess. But if I just like slightly alter the starting hue of the sky, then everybody gets a little bit different background. Or even just like randomize a preset background. There's lots of preset backgrounds that I could just randomly pick from. Okay. Honestly, I should do that. I'm adding that to my to-do list. There we go. Done. See, my first thought is do something very easy, like this. You know, give it a little bit of color, but then it kind of disappears at the bottom of the block. Oh, definitely Germ. Like, I know I've probably grabbed like almost 10 elytras just to distribute. They've gone through different things have happened as a result. You know what? Maybe I will just go with this. Let's try it just like this. Let's make sure to save our level first before we reload. Then load our level. That's a lot harder to see, but it's at least visible. It'll work. That's the trick, is it needs to work on basically any color of background, and that is hard to do. Yeah, that looks fine right there. Now, I want it to be that when you land on it, or when a light bulb pulses, which happens while it's powered. Can I do a slight gray tone? I can. But we have the same problem that if someone picks an all that gray color, then it's going to be invisible. A complementary color of whatever background it is. Non-trivial problem there. Because it's not just the sky. The sky color I can read. The sky color I can read, and I can create a contrasting color. You know, like if the hue and saturation is in a normal range, just flip the hue. Or if the lightness and saturation are in a normal range. And if it's completely desaturated, then if the brightness is at a certain, past a certain threshold, then invert it. Otherwise, apply a color or something. But it might not be against a sky, because it could be that it's against mountains. But that's dependent on where the camera is positioned. So there's all kinds of problems with trying to make that work. Hello, Ewok, welcome. Okay, so the next goal is when you make contact with an invisible block, we want to send a shimmer effect that ripples outward. We need to be able to define the range of the ripple effect. Maybe the speed. We might do variable speeds in some cases. I think for the most part, it's always going to be the same speed. It's going to be kind of our speed of sound within the game. Our speed of shimmer propagation is going to be fairly constant. But the range is not. I want bumping into a block to maybe do a different distance than landing on a block or the light bulb pulse. Hey, Pixel. More than one block. I do want more than one block. I want the circuit element that we're going to add in, the light bulb item. I want that to be very big range. Maybe not full level, but very large range. Whereas I want touching it to be kind of a more localized effect. Pixel, the only thing I've really showed off tonight is a new feature that I worked on over the week, which is this right here. Whoops. I gotta actually get up there, huh? This is the Revive Wings, which allows you to get revived. And also now you can steer your corpse around. It's a minor little thing, but it's fun. Fun to play around with. I think people will do some really dumb, cool stuff with it. I'm excited to see what happens. Steering your corpse is pretty, it's dumb, and I love it. Okay, so for the propagation, there's a few different things we can do. There's one thing we can leverage. There is a tile type, bubble blocks. So these are interesting. These are animated blocks. You cannot see that against the sky. Let's tone that sky color down a bit. This is a block, one of the few blocks that changes based on a timer. And then it goes back. So it's actually changing to a brand new tile type after you step on it. Don't have any experience with this style of game development. I was about to say this is my first Maker game that I've ever done. I guess this is my first Maker game that I've shared with a larger audience. The one I did before this was years ago, and I did not nearly have enough know-how to actually do anything decent with it. So this system might work. We might be able to piggyback off of this code. So, bubble block. It has a change property. Are there any rover Easter eggs in this game? There certainly are. Let's see here. But you have to actually log in to access them. Let me actually get on live Dabble Worlds on the website. Not only are there rover Easter eggs, Mantis, there's now Barker's Carnival, which is the kind of the endless mode of the game, which is run by Barker. Mog is here as well as being the incredible AI that creates each and every endless level, because they're all randomly generated. They're not pre-built. They're made out of level blocks, and then they're strung together at appropriate heights. But also, we have the prize corner, which has a few little nods here and there to different streamers, including our box of Isherwood merchandise over here. It just barely, barely visible over there in the corner, next to the stack of Rover plushies. You may not. Alright, so bubble blocks. Okay, auto change. This is a time-based function. Ooh, that's not what we... How do animated tiles work? How do animated tiles work? Ooh. Okay. This will be interesting, guys. All right. A Kaizo they are the Kaizo compromise. So Pixel, these are constantly solid, and what we want to achieve is that when you brush up against them, they become briefly visible, as you can see, like this little effect. It's not supposed to play constantly. It's only going to play when something triggers them to be visible. And I haven't decided if that includes enemies touching them. That could be computationally expensive if you have a lot of sprites running around. I don't think we can use a full-on animated tile type. Because you can't, if you have the same tile type, you can't control its frame independently of another tile. Basically, animated tile types, even if you set it at like different times, it's always based on the map's current frame value. Like what the age of the map is. So instead, each of these 10 frames of animation would each technically be a different tile type that auto changes to the next one. And what that means is that, okay, actually that works. That works because we can search for, hey, is this tile a shimmer tile of any animation value? If so, set it to start the animation type of shimmer. Okay, yeah. This'll work. All right. Here we go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it similar to the bubble block. Bubble block is handled the same way because we can have these in different phases of their animation, as you can see, and that's because 1, 2, 3, 4, those are different tile types. And so we can do that to just a greater scale. Where did I put the shimmer? Okay, here we go. So it's not going to be an animated tile type. It's going to be a regular tile type. We're doing 1 frame of animation per game tick. All right, now here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Shimmer needs to auto change in the same way that a bubble does. Bubble, here we go, auto change. So we're setting a special tile type rule. The parameters that we provide here in the function, it's just like, all right, what's the key we're going to use to describe the tile? What is the art asset name? What X and Y value of the art asset are we looking at? What tile number? Solidity, what layer does it belong onto? And then we have and what are the special things for this tile? Like, does it cause damage to the player? Can you swim while you're touching this tile? And all the other special weird rules. So this one is in fact going to have a special rule here, which is after 180. Is it 3 seconds for these bubble blocks? 1, 2, wait, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's what the 3 seconds is. Got it. Okay, so this is going to be after 1 tick, move to the next shimmer type, which is going to be, I don't know, shimmer 1, shimmer 2, shimmer 3. So we're going to make a little helper function here. Whoops, not in capital letters. Private static create shimmer tile. Tile num is going to be a number from 0 to, nope, from 1 to 9. This is only going to represent the non-invisible versions of this. Target tile name is going to be, hey, what's the next version of this? Let my tile name equals shimmer plus tile number. And the target is going to be shimmer plus tile num plus 1. Let's change that. Target tile suffix equals our weak. All right, so we're gonna do 0 is fully invisible. 1 through 9 are the animation. So if we are creating tile num 9, then our next one is regular shimmer. Otherwise, our suffix is tile num plus 1. It's a lot of words to say basically some very simple stuff. Tile num is going to be represented here. And our following target tile should be this. Okay, good, good, good. All right, shimmer is still this. It does not have an auto change. However, we can give it a stand-on change. Similar to how the bubble does, just to test it out, just to test out the animation. And we're gonna say immediately. Tile type auto change, no, tile type stand change to shimmer 1 after a no delay. How do we do bubble blocks right now? Create bubble block. Ah, okay. We still have to define them. We still have to define the functions for the extra shimmer types. So this is going to be... Shimmer is just shimmer. But then we have shimmer 1, shimmer 2, shimmer 3, all the way up to shimmer 9. Which is going to be create shimmer tile 1. And it's not an animated tile type, it's just a regular tile type. That was too many. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This feels like I'm doing something wrong because I'm having to repeat so much code here. I'm just defining a static function, and in programming, this is what is called a code smell. I don't know what the right way to do this is, so I'm kind of just playing it by ear. And I just did something that's making me kind of cock my head to the side and wonder, like, wait a second, that's weird. I'm repeating this a lot. And when you see something like that, you start to think, I'm pretty sure there's a better way to do this. And this is indicative of some underlying problem in the architecture of this code base. That the fact that I'm having to do this means I've not made good decisions in this code base. That is called a code smell. You kind of, something's wrong. You have any tiles that rise when you land on them? Yeah. We've got, here, I'm gonna let this reload. And then we'll try this shimmer again and see if it, whoops, well, whatever. We'll see if it works. So we've got, here, let me throw a, let's do a desert background, why not? No, let's do a forest. We don't have a tile, but we do have a sprite. Whoop. So let's add some of these shimmer blocks here. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Cool. Except the animation happens so fast that it just repeats immediately, and it doesn't propagate out, which we kind of knew that wasn't going to happen. But that's good. So we're going to change this slightly. Okay, actually, we're going to change a few things. First thing we're going to change is we're going to add one extra tile here to our art. Let's see here. So we need to merge these layers, copy paste. I'm gonna add one to the end here. Specifically, one that will, it's how it will appear in the editor is my goal. So let's kind of do propagule. I'm wondering if I can do kind of like a dotted line effect. Not great, but it's not awful. I think I counted right. Yeah, there we go. Could be worse. Okay, save that as shimmer. Okay. Update this to show that it has 11 columns now. Tile type. Ooh, wait a second. Ooh, that's tricky. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Okay. I can do this. I can do this because we do have other tiles that kind of disappear on initialization. I'm thinking of like initial water level. It's a tile, but when the level starts, it immediately gets deleted. So maybe we can do something similar to that. Stand change needs to be replaced slightly as well. Yeah, we got these stand change tiles. Well, not deleted, but replaced. Because what it is this is supposed to be a tile that indicates how the level should operate, but does not need to be a tile itself within the game. Like, it's not something you can stand on. This is merely like a placeholder to indicate where should the water level start in this level if it has global water. And I can say right there. Or, you know, down here. But I don't want that tile to actually be interactable within the level. So I've got some cases where I've got tiles that are basically there to let you design aspects of the level, but once they are defined, they don't need to actually be present when playing the level. So stand change tiles and auto change tiles, huh? Wait, this has a delay property. Is that what it's supposed to have? Delay. Oh, stand change and auto change. It has stand duration. Huh. Oh, right. That's keeping track of how long you've been on the block. Is there anything else in this that uses stand change? Nope. What about auto change? Nope. Okay, so that's a very rarely used feature. I'm hoping that that's not an expensive feature, because there's some of these things that I set them up and then I let Al get his hands on them, and it turns out they're very difficult on the old PC sometimes. Okay, so I want a shimmer initial, which is tile 10. Still has solidity of regular, but it had, oh, here we go. This is an easy way to do it. We give it an auto change to shimmer, right? With no delay. Does that work? I don't think that works, now that I think about it. Nice. Yeah, I don't think that actually will work the way that I'd like to believe it works. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, but I'm not confident. Come on. It's now 7,000 points. Totally worth it. Okay, so it should look right in the gadget menu. Never mind. Oh, because the editor still has that one. Still has the old one. Okay. So it's going to show up correctly in the editor, but I don't think it's going to change automatically the way I want it to. Well, color me impressed. Well, look at that. It actually does. Cool. Well, that saves me some trouble there. Okay. Shimmer. I want to try and change this delay to 2, for one thing. All right, let's learn, how does stand change get processed? What actually does that? We just look for all the tiles the player is standing on. Okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. All right, guys. Important decision making. Does any enemy landing down on a shimmer tile cause it to shimmer? Or is that a unique player ability / specific defined enemy effect? Is that just a property of, hey, if you drop down and you land on a shimmer block, it shimmers regardless of what does it? Like, could be a key, could be a pig, could be the player. Or is it something where we have to specify, no, it's only the player and these 3 special sprites? Technical perspective, player only, much easier. Don't think enemies should trigger it. Good man. Good choice. I'm gonna layer up here. Good choice, Pixel. Knew I could count on you. Okay, so this is all right. Here's a tricky one. The old code where we're using the one we were using for bubbles is you just have to touch it from the top. For shimmer blocks, I'm wondering, do we want to look for cases where the player is hitting it and then stopping as a result of it? For instance, like landing down. What did I just say about this? Yay, it works. So it works until I restart the level. That's cool. What? Okay, add that to the bug list there. Shimmer initialization. A little bit weird. Yeah, good call, Pixel. Okay, so here's my thought. A player just walking along the shimmer blocks like this. Well, not like that exactly. Okay. If I'm walking, should that trigger the shimmer, or should I have to like land down to create a little boom? Boom. Mantis says walking. Because I could possibly even scale up the radius with the speed you land at. That could be inconsistent. I slowed down the animation slightly. Mario Maker fan, get ready for your new maker to be a fan of. See, that's all right. Okay, so it's just touching it triggers the effect. Meet your maker. Think of the shimmer is only visible within a certain radius around the player, so it would look like there's an arc underneath the player. Ooh, no, that will not be possible. Because that involves some complex masking stuff that Dabble Worlds does not support. Not saying it's impossible to do it, but it would get really bad on old computers. That's a good point, Mantis, for visibility of someone just watching Dabble Worlds. Now, what about just standing there? Actually, yeah, we can... Actually, there's something we can do here for that. In the shimmer effect, we can say the delay is normally 2 unless you're doing tile type 9. In which case, we give it like a solid second. Old computers, you say? You know, single cores, whatever. Let's see if this looks a little bit better. Just to add a little bit of weight around to the effect. Well, forgot about that. So I do need a shimmer 10, apparently. And the tile num. Let frame equals tile num equals 10. Then use 0. Otherwise, just use the tile num. I'm creating a lot of weird special cases here, which I'm not a huge fan of. So this basically makes it so that each shimmer has a 1 second cooldown before it can shimmer again from stepping. From standing. Standing? That's probably not even necessary now that I think about it. Because we're gonna do something totally new to handle this auto change stuff. So we're gonna do when the player moves. No, when the player gets stopped by a tile. When the player is touching a tile. All right, this goes in the player code right here. We're looking for, well, does it? I'm looking for standing on. I guess just standing on is fine. Yeah, because I want to drop this stand on logic from the shimmer effect and say not stand change, but this is gonna be like the shimmer change. So we're gonna add a new tile type, tile type change, which is shimmer change. By default, shimmer change is null. Okay, so how do you trigger a shimmer change? Well, if you have a player and the player is standing on a tile, where are all these stand change tiles actually processed? Where are they actually processed? It's gotta be in here somewhere. Oh, set tile, there it is. Okay. Yeah, same thing with auto change tile. Oh, okay, that makes sense, actually. I get that. Yeah. So the reason it's doing it this way is it's making sure, like, okay, yeah, you're standing on it, but are you standing on multiple tiles? Yada yada. Hey, GG Popples. Way to go. Let player touching tiles. This is any tile that I'm standing on, bonking my head against, or brushing up against on the side. So that is player dot standing on tiles. Player dot touched ceilings. Player dot touched left walls, and player dot touched right walls. Okay, that's a lot. For that tile of player touching tiles. Oh, 6B. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, what is player touching tile? Either a... Wait, why does it think it could be a sprite? Okay. I see why. There we go. Now it's just tiles, right? Nope. There we go. Now it's just... No. Come on. Be a list of level tiles only, please. There we go. If player touching tile dot tile type dot shimmer change. No, you know what? Shimmer change should not be a type. It should just be a property. We're just going to make it a Boolean property. Does shimmer. Shimmers. There. And that also applies to the animations, I guess. Does it apply to the animations? Because then it would just get locked in the animation. So no, it does not. All right. So if I'm touching a shimmery tile, then hey, guess what? That tile needs to change. And change it to shimmer 1. Let's try it. This might work right off the bat. Oh, you beat Advanced Heartside. Congrats, Pixel. All you talented gamers. Oh, hey. Ugh. Nice. Standing still shouldn't trigger it. It's getting there. It's getting there. Standing still should not trigger it. I can take out the 60-second delay at the end of it and just make it so that standing still doesn't trigger it. How do I make it so that standing still doesn't trigger it? Also, what does this do? If I do this and just stand here, if I hold right, then it's kind of re-triggering it. Okay, player standing on. Okay, the place where we set that value. That's it. That's it. Standing on map. Where is the code where we are telling it that we are now standing on something? It's react to solids. Ah, here we go. Grounds.tiles. Okay. Ah. So the tricky thing about this is that if we just stand on a block, we are constantly being pushed up against it. Ugh. Okay, that is tricky, actually. It's kind of refreshing itself every time, because gravity is constantly pulling it back towards the sprite, and it's constantly got to remind it, no, you are standing on this now. You are standing on this. Ah, that's tricky. So I only want to do it the first time I'm standing on it, or if I am moving left and right. Do I have like a just landed property or something? Like was falling or something like that? Oh, this is sprite. I need player. Frame timer. Do. Slime. Gracie, what's up? Do you need to go out? She might need to go out. Okay, I tell you what, guys. I'm gonna try and get Gracie out. Start thinking about what you want to nominate for the next feature, and then we'll run a vote here a little bit after I get back. This might be the only other feature we work on tonight, so be ready. All right. Everybody wants portals, huh? Let me write up these notes. Shimmer initialization. Shimmer needs to only happen from above when initially landing or moving. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do that. I don't think I've got any way to do that without actually storing some additional data. So it'll be a little bit messy, but we can do it. All right. I'll do a lot of that off stream. Let's do portals. So this one, we're gonna need to have open existing art coloring. We're gonna piggyback off the coloring, as you do. Now, coloring, interesting thing on that is the vertical nature of it. No, it should work. It should work. We're just gonna have two instances. We're gonna have a horizontal and a vertical. So what do we got? What do we got? So we have 6 rows right now. Height of 72, so we're doing 12 pixels each. Oh, we need to, we actually need to increase it by 50% to make room. We are going to copy and paste. That's all we're gonna do here. And then give it a nice little recolor. Give it a nice deep purple. Boom. There it is. Amazing how that works. Modern miracles. All right, and then we're going to invert the dimensions of this to create horizontal portal. I think this one's the one on the top. All right, there we go. We're going really cheap on the art. Color ring 2. And the other one is simply coloring, just slightly updated. So coloring.png needs to now have 9 rows, and coloring 2 has 3 columns, 2 rows. All right, so for actually putting that in place, we don't have it. I don't think we have an existing sprite that you rotate. Like right now, everything you rotate is a tile. Is that right? Are there any sprites that we rotate? Ooh, there are not. So this is going to be new territory here. Yeah, so right now, I've already got a system in place where tapping R while you have a rotatable tile selected changes the editor to use the next selectable type. Kind of reusing that because it makes you think it serves a similar purpose for the spin rings. I would like to update it a little bit. Can I get away with anything? Here's a question. Here's an idea. Idea question. Should you have to hit the jump button to use it, similar to the spin rings? Because suddenly, it kind of does serve a similar purpose. Like similar input. Like a lot of games have done portals, but making it kind of combining an actual action in the game of use it. Using a button would be weird, you say. I guess using a button means that we can't make sprites go through it on their own. So there is that. So it's just, you just touch it and it works. We can do that. Let's see. Well, now I got to rethink the assets here, because they might not actually work for that purpose. Although the nice thing about the spin rings that I do like is they are both in front of and behind the player. And I don't know if that's always like super apparent, but it's like the front of it is in front of the player, the back of it is behind the player, because it's actually two separate sprites combined. Uh-oh. And? Rip Germ Dove. Okay, so let's see. So if we don't do a color ring sort of setup, that's true. Good to have some shulker shells available. They do come in handy. Is it bad? I don't know why that would be bad. I cannot think of a single reason that's bad. So what does it look like then, if not a recolored ring? How bad is the color ring code? Oh yeah, overlay type. Color ring overlay. Yeah, Okay, so it just creates an overlay sprite that nothing really happens with. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so not a lot of feedback on what it should look like. So we're gonna proceed with it looking like it looks like. It is not a ring that makes you spin, but it is a ring that spins. So let's do... Oh, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. How does this look in the editor? Oh, it's got its own special art too. Oh, wow. That's gonna be fun to deal with. So I need to open yet another. Oh, yep. Color ring thumbnail is a file. Okay, so wait, that's for the, huh. That's for the editor. Although now that's yet another thing I have to change. Coloring thumb is now 3. So wait, how do we get away with, in the editor showing, if editor handler, then show both front and back. Okay, that's how it does it. Magic, got it. Okay, this actually will make it easy to add an additional type. I just need to give it a, let's see. Ooh, well, hold on now. Oh, now realizing. I gotta think about this. There's actually gonna be 4 different no, wait. 2. We don't need up, down, left, right. We just need horizontal and vertical. Yeah. No. Dang it. That's not how it is, because you need a way to specify to the game, hey, in this one, if you come in through the top, you go to the right. But in this other one, if you come in from the top, you come out the left. And that means we actually have to have 4 separate orientations for this, which means 8 new classes here. All right. That's fine. We're gonna call it the portal ring. Maybe the art changes. I don't know. Why does it extend itself? Interesting. Whatever. Row offset. Oh, geez. The horizontal is going to be annoying. Ah. Oh, no. Okay, okay. Can do it. We can do it. Protected. No, let's rewrite that code. Portal ring is its own special thing with its own get thumbnail. Ugh, that's ugly that I need to copy paste that though. I don't want to copy paste that. Horizontal portal ring. Nice. Okay. Needs an overlay type of sprite type. Should just copy paste this whole block here. Do I extend spin ring? I guess so. All right, let's piggyback as much as possible. Piggyback as much as possible. Editor arrow direction is a direction or null. Default is null. For portal ring up, editor arrow direction equals direction dot up. Extends this, I guess. Uses the horizontal, which uses column 2. Okay, and then for the frame data, let frames equal this list. And then return that list. If this dot editor arrow direction, then it frames push tiles arrow, which is okay, it's arrows. And then image direction, Y is going to be 0. X is going to be dependent on the direction. Okay, so let's do a quick let arrow call equals okay, in order we have direction right, diagonal, direction up, diagonal, direction left, diagonal, and direction down, and diagonal dot index of arrow direction. There we go. So that should give us 0, 2, 4, or 6. To get that, we'll deal with the X offset later. It's going to be offset. It's going to be very ugly. We're doing things very sloppy to just try and cram some progress out before the end of the night. And I may not even be using the same. The artwork will be updated, but for now, placeholder is just a purple spin ring. Sure. Okay, so we have our arrow direction. Does this work yet? Like, if I just use this, I would need to add it to the sprite list. And then I would need to add it to the editor as a portal ring up, even though it's not going to do anything. Let's see if this like works at all. Fingers crossed. At least show me a spinning purple ring in the editor. How about that? Okay. Artwork is wrong. Arrow appears. That doesn't look great. But it does show the arrow. If not where I want it. Honestly. McFix it! Oh, why thank you. And good day to you as well. You're just in time for me to just absolutely be frantically trying to hack out some code before the end of the night. I'm trying to borrow as much existing stuff as I can from other parts of the code base to MacGyver together this mess. I just want to do portals. Portals are cool. Let's have portals. All right. So it does at least show us the directional arrow, even if it is very, very poorly tossed in there. Okay, so we can do it this way. We'll put it on the top, and we'll X offset it by 14. Which just adds 12. No, that adds 12. Let's add 6 to halfway point, and we'll put it on the top of everything. But why is it red? Because I haven't done the row offset properly, have I? Right? Is that what it is? Row offset of the initial is 0. And then the fragile is 3. And then this one should be 6. And this should be... okay, that's why. Okay, this should correct the colors. Hope you've been doing well, McFixit. And Popples, you'll always come back. You can't escape it forever. Okay, good. Arrow went in the wrong direction. That's fine. That's easily fixed. -4, done. Okay, it doesn't do anything right now. Like, it should just act like a regular, yeah. So the idea is that this one's gonna have completely different behavior. On player use spin ring is gonna be completely different. Wait, when does this get called? When does this get called? Oh, that's here. We're gonna complain lots about that. Well, hopefully it isn't too bad. A little bit of complaining goes a long way. On player use spin ring. Because you went in the spin jumper. Okay. So this needs to not... Yeah, it does the is spin jumping. And then calls the jump code to get you moving up vertically. So this needs to be a special sort of... It's not really a spin jumper kind of thing. Okay, instance of spin ring and allows spin jump. So we're gonna add an allows spin jump, which this is gonna be set to true. However, this kind is false. This one does not allow spin jumps. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that should stop the spin jump from happening. 3A. Man, everybody bragging about their goldens. Let's see. We're gonna have an on sprite touch. What can go through these portals? Like, with these portals, what can actually go through them? Anything? Okay, update function is actually still good. We're just gonna add an on sprite touch function. But what counts? What is allowed to operate this? Void for regular. Hey, thank you for the follow. Void for regular ring. What can go through one of these? Like, not if it's on a track. Like if something's on a motor and it's being moved on like let's say you've got a pig on a motor, right? Then no. Pig cannot go into the portal, nor can the motor, I'd say. That would just get awful. Somehow we figure out what's exempt and what's not. Like, ugh. Okay, thankfully this is slightly smaller than full tile. It's like, it's got a pixel margin on either end. So, Battle sets its direction automatically. Oh gosh, spring boxes. You guys are gonna do some awful stuff to my beautiful game, aren't you? Oh, what happens if you throw a yo-yo through it? No. Don't throw yo-yos through it. All right, I'm gonna have to have like exemptions. All right, I'm gonna put a big fat to-do. Exempt some sprites. Yo-yo, motors, motor attach, news. Okay, I can't help but note the lack of a good or bad before that. You have uploaded a level. Again, I do not know if this is good or bad, but I mean, all right, let's. Oh, jeez. It's a level. We may as well find some. See, I'm thinking throw it past the portal, but then you fly into the 30 seconds exactly. All right, I see. Okay, we got a little shortcut here for gamers. Oh, that's a. Hang on. That's the pro route right there, isn't it? Ooh, I want that. I want the pro route. Good choice on the music. This is one of my favorites. Oh, you're making me do these little corner jumps. Ugh. Oh. That was not the momentum I wanted. That was better. Pigs in space. Speed strats. Speed strats. Speed strats. Oh, I'm killed for my speed strats. Royal Lizard. Welcome. I missed a cycle. Oh, I should have just gone for it. Go for the pig. Trust the pigs. There we go. One cycled. Oh, dang it. I got a crappy jump there. All right. I'll take it. Off-screen jumping. 20 seconds. World record. I give that stamp of approval. What is this, viewer levels? Come on. All right, to do. We're gonna exempt some sprites. Oh. Sprites need a portal cooldown. Or is that only for specific is that per portal? It's probably per portal, isn't it? Because otherwise people are gonna do some stuff of like, go through a portal, come out another, immediately go through another portal, come out another. Yeah. There needs to be a cooldown per portal per sprite. Ah. That's okay. We can do that. We can do that. All right, first let's just get all sprites. I bet that's your favorite part. And finally, you have the power to make it happen. This .layer .sprites. Give me all the sprites on this layer that are overlapping this. And just to confirm, I'm pretty sure overlaps, yeah, it exempts itself. So it won't count itself as going through the portal. You guys better not be sending portals through portals, because I will be very cross about that. Okay, so grab all the touching sprites, and then touching sprites dot for each. This dot on sprite touch sprite. Okay. Timer exempt will have to happen on the actual portal code itself. Who needs to manage? I'll let the parent class manage manage that. All right. Bind matching portal. Returns a portal ring up. Portal ring up. Return this dot layer dot sprites dot find a that's an instance of a portal ring up, and a is not this, and it's not an overlap. Or it's not, yeah, it's not one of these overlaps. Is this return? That or null. Sure. Fine. It's a sprite. No, it's not. It's portal ring up. Does this not work? Why does this not work? Because this could be returning undefined? What is it complaining about? Number. I'm not asking for a number, I'm asking for... Oh, did I do a get somewhere? No. Let's not give that. Okay, so that's just, it's just... Sure, what do you return? What do you return in this case? Sprite or undefined. What do you put a shulker in a shulker? No! I kind of want to build a shulker farm, but that's going to take ages. Because we'd have to cart a shulker all the way to a gateway, all the way to the portal at the center of the end island, and then we'd have to cart it into the nether, and then we'd have to cart it in a boat across the nether roof, all bajillion blocks away to our base. But if we do all that, we can have infinite shulker shells. And I'm sure you can all come up with some amazing ideas of what to do with shulker shells. Especially an infinite number of them. I know I can. Shulkers can be pushed with pistons. Or popped with pistons, I guess. I don't remember exactly how it works. And they can be deployed with dispensers. So you could queue up a bunch of empty shulkers and then create a machine that produces a never-ending supply of shulkers full of eggs. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but we have the capabilities. For now, I'm not going to say find the closest. I'm just going to say find any portal ring that exists out there. On sprite touch. This dot find matching portal. Let destination. All right, so here's where things get weird. Things are about to get weird. I hope you guys are ready. Let x delta equal destination dot x mid. Oh yeah, if destination. If this works, I think we'll be done because polish is gonna. I'm gonna have to go back and do a lot of polish on this. Like we haven't even done rotating the sprite or anything. X mid minus this dot x mid. So this is just going to get the difference between the center of the portals. The reason I'm doing it this way instead of just doing like the leftmost side of it is because the destination portal may be one of these rotated portals that we've not done yet. But we really want to do one of those because it sounds like some people want to fall in a portal really fast and get shot out horizontally from another portal. And I'm going to make that happen. It's going to take some work. X delta, Y delta. All right, so take our sprite, move it by whatever. But then also, this is where it's going to get weird. Invert the velocity. And then also, I don't know, we need to have a portal cooldown. See, what this is going to do, it's immediately going to put it in the other portal. And I don't... you know what? Let's just temporarily. Destination dot is active equals false. Just temporarily. It's going to be a one-time use. Just for our experiment. Let's see if it works. It's gonna be pretty rough around the edges. It's gone. It's gone already. What went through it? What warped through it? Oh, was it the... It was the portal. I mean, I guess that makes sense. All right, if all right, this lambda is gonna get ugly. I think it was like the front of the ring was getting warped or something. Because it's actually made of 2 sprites so that it can handle some part of it being in front and some part of it being in the back. Hey! I mean, that does work. You know what? I'm not crazy about the X velocity mirroring in this instance. And people who voted for Portal, here's where I need some input. How does this work? Is this going to be like a case-by-case kind of thing? Turns out I don't actually have a lot of velocity. Should I add some momentum coming out of it. Give it a little extra boost. Because right now, your fall speed is not that crazy. It does. Well, it did. Now it gives you extra. The thing is, your fall speed is not that crazy. Here, as an example, I think I can do this live. Edit map size. Give me more. All right, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to show you what happens when I invert the player's velocity. Ready? Here we go. And I'm going to do it right now. That's it. That's how fast you're falling. It's not that fast. Like, that's terminal velocity is... So yeah, you gotta give it a little bit more. Yes. Like that. That's a little bit extra. But you said keep your original momentum, right? Like, is that all you want to do, is just do these with a yo-yo? It's like, well, dang it. Whoops, I already broke it. Hang on, I need to get up there. Oh wait, actually, no, you don't even... Oh, the particle effects. The poof. I get you. The question right now is, should it just conserve momentum? Like, not add any additional momentum? That's with extra momentum right there, as you kind of pop out of it. Adding it would be cool. Okay. And that's regardless of which direction the portal is facing. All right, now here's the next question. Right now, if I come in from the left, like if I'm traveling to the right, I come out with rightward momentum. Which I think that's how everyone expects it to work, even though that's not how an actual portal would do it. An actual portal would actually invert you and send you out back towards the left. So that's out the window. So the question is, if I'm coming in from a weird direction, like right now, if I come through this portal from the bottom, then I'm going to come out of this portal from the bottom. So like, bah! No, not yet. I was talking about those already. I won't be doing those tonight, but that's what we have to figure out, is how do these work? I need to know how these are going to work. Like, this is what we were talking about. So the big question is, I've got a upwards facing portal. All right, hang on. Let's start with this. Let's start with an easy one. I think it should be an easy one. All right. We have an upward facing portal and a downward facing portal. This is effectively, this should just move you but not change your direction at all. Like, if I'm falling straight down through the upward facing one, I fall straight down out of the downward facing one. If I jump up, I pop up, you know. I'm going up, boop. And now, boop, I come out the same way. Wait, hang on, no, that's not right at all. Wait, what am I saying? If I come, arrow sides match up. Arrow sides match up. Wait, is this how it happens? Yeah, it should be that if you go in an arrow side, you come out the arrow side. If you go in the non-arrow side, you come out the non-arrow side. Zoop, zoop. Zoop, zoop. Okay, are we all in agreement there so far? We're all good? If you go in the arrow side, you come out the arrow side. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yay. All right, Pixel's on board. Okay, now in this case, this changes no momentum, except for maybe we're adding a little extra momentum. We haven't really, let's not get into that. So that means if I'm coming from the diagonal like this, coming from the top left, then I get warped and I'm still traveling that direction. All right? Because the arrows, you know, they're basically not changing, they're not facing different directions. Now, where things get weird a little bit is portals facing the same direction. Now, in this case, I come down, I land on the arrow side, I pop out the arrow side. That's fine. But horizontally, this is where things get weird. If I come in from the left side of this arrow side, like this, video game-wise, I would say I pop out going to the right. Logically, that doesn't really work, but let's go with it, okay? So for a diagonal, if they're both facing the same way, then the lateral direction is conserved. The only thing that is flipped is the verticality. Or if they're both sideways portals, then the horizontality, whatever. Okay, that I think we're all pretty okay with. It violates a little bit of how portals normally would work, but we'll go with it. Now, here's the weird one. Rotated portals. All right. Easy problem to solve here for coming straight into a portal. If you come straight down onto the arrow side of this portal, then you come straight out of the arrow side of this portal, and then gravity, you know, pulls you down a little bit. Exactly. It's not real, so it's okay. So now here's the weird one. And this one I have no idea what we're gonna do with. If you come from the diagonal, all right, am I now going diagonally up or diagonally down? Or do we just completely abandon all directional momentum, and the only thing that matters on a portal is the outward direction? And it's like, it doesn't matter which way you come in from a portal, you always get sped out straight through the arrow side. You never come out the other side. No matter how you get into the portal, you always come straight out the arrow. Because if we do that, we lose a little bit with the same way arrows. Or we have two different ways to handle it. So we could say, if the portals are vertically oriented the same way, then you conserve momentum. And you only flip the momentum that's in the arrow direction. So if you've got two vertical portals, then we might, depending on if they're the same way or opposite way, we might flip your vertical momentum, but we'll preserve your horizontal momentum. But if it's rotated for some reason, then doesn't matter anymore, and we always spit you out arrow ways. And then we've got inconsistencies. Like, what happens if I go up to this portal? All right, we're going to call this question 1. Please prefix your answer with the number 1 so that I know which question you're answering. If I walk up to this portal and I jump underneath it, so I'm coming in from the non-arrow side, should I pop up arrow side or non-arrow side? Is it possible? The essence of the question is it possible to exit a portal in a direction it's not facing, or enter a portal from a direction it's not facing? Are the portals one directional? Like, if I come up underneath it, should that be the exact same as coming in from above? So Pixel says, I feel like you should be able to change which way you go out if that's possible. Like, be able to rotate. Yes! Okay. Pops. Yeah, we've already determined that yes, you can in the editor, you can select any of the 4 directions to place your portal. We've already figured that out. That's covered. We got that. Like, yes, you can do that. Like, if you go up, you can go out like, if you go up in it, you can go out a side portal. Yes, we've already said yes to that. We already answered that question. We're trying to figure out which way you come out. All right, Popples, this question is specifically for you. Okay? I know, but you asked for this, so I'm hoping that you will provide some input on how you want it, so that I can actually put it in the game. I don't want that to sound... That sounded too rude. What I'm getting at is... This is going in the game, and it might be very different from what you want. I need feedback. You can choose whether you... Now, when you say you can choose, do you mean you, the player, or you, the level maker? The level maker has the ability to set down a portal and then point it up, down, left, or right. That's After Dark is a jerk. The level maker. Yes. The level maker can set a direction on a portal. That is decided. Bubbles. Yes. Dang it. Popples is doing a great job of like coming up with solutions for things that we've already figured out. All right. I'm having some issues here. Rotating the portal in the editor is not what we're trying to figure out right now. And I've been talking about this for like 20 minutes straight, and I'm really tired of talking about portals now. Thinking with portals is hard. I mean, we've already determined we're not doing true portal rotation because that does weird things with momentum if you're going down and coming back up. We want to preserve horizontal momentum in that instance. So we're not going to do... If you were playing the game Portal and you had 2 portals, you know, like that, and you came down at one at this angle, you would come up out of this one at this angle, which in a platforming game, that's not what we wanted. All right, Popples. We're gonna have to go through like a few minutes of explanation to get to what the question is. Say Portal Good. Say it one more time. One more Dabble Worlds time. All right, Popples. All right, stay with me here, okay? We're gonna talk about how these are gonna work, and then we're gonna get to the weird part. Basically, we're trying to determine when you are exiting a portal. All right, let's take the base example, all right? Every portal has a direction, which we're drawing right now as these little arrows. When you enter a portal from the arrow side, you come out the arrow side. If for some reason you walk around and you come up to this portal from the non-arrow side, then you will get spat out of the next portal in the non-arrow side. All right? So we got that much figured out, is that portals have their A side and their B side. You go in the A side, you come out the A side. You go in the B side, you come out the B side. So far, so good, right? Next up is momentum. As requested, when you go in a portal, we want to preserve that momentum. So if you come down really fast, which admittedly is not very fast, even with like yo-yo and stuff. When you come down really, really fast into a portal, then you come out the other portal really, really fast, right? Here's the first part of this overall discussion question is, what happens if you come in diagonally? Personally, from my platforming game experience, I would say if I come down and to the right into this portal, I should come out up and to the right. That's what feels good to me. Bzoop, bzoop. I think that's fine. Similarly, yeah, McFixit is with you. Good. All right, now let's take these two sideways portals that are facing different directions, one facing left, one facing right. If I come at this portal here, I go in the arrow side, and I go up and to the right, zoop, then I should come out this one, arrow side, up and to the right. And I think that works. Like, we could even consider a case where this portal is like right next to this one. It's almost like you're not even going through a portal at all if the portals are on top of each other. Zoop, zoop. Now, here's the dumb part. What happens if we have this up arrow portal and this right arrow portal? Now we have a problem. Nothing at all. If I come straight down into this portal, I get shot straight out. And then gravity happens. But what happens if I come in diagonally from this portal? What, if anything, makes sense? I do not have an intuitive idea of which way diagonally I should get spat out of this. Like, if I come from this direction, normal portal rules would say up and to the right. Like, if I imagine, like, I've got the, in the same way that in this case, if I go in the arrow side going this way, then I should come out this arrow side. I should get Photoshop in on this, just for cleaner rotation. Imagine again our nothing at all idea. In our nothing at all idea, if I come from the top left, then I should come out the bottom right. So let's go ahead and trace that. Let's go ahead and trace that line here. If I come from the top left, I go out the bottom right. But now, let's rotate that portal and see what happens. Uh-oh. That means I'd be coming out this way. No, absolutely no 45-degree portals. See, okay, and that's what we were questioning. Pixels brought it back to where we left off earlier, which is it just that there are special rules for portals that are facing different angles? Up and down is okay. That's one thing. Like if we have an up portal and a down portal, well, that's fine. We're gonna preserve momentum. That's totally cool. Like you can do this if you want. You can do this and fall forever. Sure. Yeah. Like if you have two horizontal portals, they preserve horizontal and vertical momentum. Though horizontal may get inverted if the arrows are pointing the same direction, like going through a mirror. And similarly with vertical portals. If the arrows are pointing to each other, we completely preserve momentum. If they're pointing the same way, we reverse vertical momentum. I guess the arrow is not a great metaphor because that seems to imply the direction you're traveling, which is not the case. What happens when you go in from the other direction? So, Germ, what we've been deciding is we've talked about it as the arrow side and the non-arrow side, or the A side and the B side. If you go in the A side, you pop out the A side. If you go in the B side, you pop out the B side. If you had two of the same vertical ones side by side. Oh, like for this angled thought experiment. So this was our other one. So the idea is that if the arrows are facing the same direction, all right, let's just take, not that one. Give me this one. If the arrows are facing the same direction, this is our base case. This is our, you fall down one and pop up out the other. Sure is, isn't it? Where's my character? All right, you know what? This is my character now. This is my character arc. Okay, so if the arrows are facing the same direction, if the A sides are facing the same direction, then you come in the arrow side, you pop out the arrow side. Zoop. Zoop, zoop. That's the basics of how this is gonna work. And then we will keep all horizontal momentum without flipping it in this case. So if I come in this way, zoop, zoop, diagonal, zoop, zoop. So our rule is if two portals are both horizontal or both vertical, then maintain that perpendicular momentum completely. Yes, and we specifically decided that's why we're not going with standard portal rules, is because it doesn't feel good from a platforming perspective. So we just outright don't want to use... Gracie? What is up? You were just out, Gracie. Don't give me that. She's trying to give me that. Yeah, maybe. Okay. So if both are vertical, then yeah, we're just gonna preserve horizontal momentum even though we don't like that. If they have the same arrow direction, then flip vertical momentum. If they have different arrow direction, then preserve both momentums. So this is our like wormhole setup. This is like there is no momentum change. It's just zoop. We preserve our momentum completely. We're just changing our position. And the same rules apply for vertical portals. If they have opposite arrows, then that means we are preserving all momentum and just changing position. If they have the same arrow direction, then that means we will preserve horizontal, or preserve vertical and flip horizontal. It's like bouncing off a mirror, but also warping. And then finally, the dumb special case that we are forced to deal with is the changing ones. In this case, it doesn't matter which way you come in the entry portal, any direction at all, you will pop out the alternate portal with a set momentum. This is a compromise. It's not consistent with the rest of the established rules. But it's good enough. And then the idea is, of course, that you can throw whatever you want through a portal and it will come out the other. Thanks, Germ Dove. All right. I'm going to try and write all of these down because I'm about to go to sleep and forget all of it. Should the momentum be related to how much momentum you enter with? If that's what you guys want, like we can just take your absolute speed, not your velocity, just your speed, and then just set the direction. Honestly, yeah, let's go with that. Thanks, Bucket. Portals, man. Who would have thought this was going to be such a headache? We didn't even really finish the shimmer blocks either. Basically, the only things we've got done is something that I finished off stream. The death warp block. Speedy thing, yeah. Speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out. It turns out the direction that it comes out is the tricky part. If orientation is the same, transfer velocity. If the orientation is different, transfer speed and just eject straight. Yeah. And in this instance, two portals facing up is same orientation. One facing up, one facing down is also same orientation. It's only an up or down combined with a left or right. That's when we have to hand wave it all. At least we got something to show for tonight, even if it didn't happen tonight. All right. So, in review, shimmer blocks, there's nothing really to work there. It's just, I gotta figure out how to make the effect better. There was no, like, actual new logic in the game as far as, like, make it a solid block that you can't see. That code already technically exists. It's the tricky part is make it shimmer when you touch it. That's a little bit more complex, apparently. Going to the right looks really good. Going to the left looks okay. Because the animation direction is to the right. So it looks like it's following under your feet. No! It just so happens to follow your speed pretty closely. But that's completely coincidental. Ugh. All right, we're done. I gotta write down a lot of notes after tonight. And all right, and there is the issue with this still not, like the tile type keeps changing on me, so I gotta fix that. Guys, thank you for hanging out. Sunday, we'll be back to Dobbs Quest, because GQ's back in town again. Hooray. So look forward to that. And then Minecraft Monday. Thanks for the stream. That's what they say. Oh my gosh. Can't wait to launch your corpse through a portal. Oh no, that's a good idea, Pixel. Crap. That's actually a really good idea. Oh! I just thought of something that's gonna be dumb. I need input, quick. Portals are far away from each other. Currently, that would happen if they are sufficiently off screen. Is that good? Actually, you know what? That's a question for next time. Because it's the screen transition code. All right, good night. We'll figure that out. Send your opinions on a self-addressed envelope.